All right, sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS coming at you with an episode of Keep It Rolling with my guy Moff Dollars. We are officially live, I do believe. So let's get you our lock of the week as well as some other good insight and
Just got the notification we are live this time, Patrick.
keep it rolling. All right, so Honda Classic at PGA National is one of the toughest courses in the game. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Moff, give them like a 30-second synopsis of what we talked about yesterday, and let's go ahead and get on into some of the good stuff today.
About the course or about the guys?
A little bit of both, why don't you?
All right, a little bit of both real quick. PGA National, one of the toughest courses on tour. 5 out of the 7 past years. I don't know if that came out right, but we're looking at a windy, gusty, sandy golf course with trouble all over the place, water. We got the bear trap closing holes 15, 16, 17, 2 par 3s, only 2 par 5s this week, about 7,000 yard course. It's not long. And so the Bombers don't have a huge advantage unless they can keep it in the fairway. And so a couple of things, I don't know, Pat, you can add to the list. Driving accuracy, guys approach to green, putting and just scoring on Bermuda greens, some of the focal points, and kind of the mid to long iron game, really focusing. There's more par 3s, more approach shots, and that closing stretch with the bear trap being 2 par 3s about the same length. Guys who are honed in that mid-tier of irons coming down the stretch might play to their benefit.
Couldn't agree more. It's going to be a tough one.
And you hit some names. I gave the overview. You hit some names.
Yeah, I'll hit some names. So some of the guys we talked about yesterday, and we'll actually talk about them again today. We're getting into the segment of Lock It Up. We got our guys over here. Lock it up. Aaron Wise, Jonathan Vegas are 2 guys that pop, both to win top 20s. These guys are accurate off the tee. They are hit bombs and have some of the best approach game. That's kind of what we're looking for. There's 2 ways to beat this course. One of them is to just be long and accurate, and the other one is to just be a grinder an experienced player who knows which holes to attack, which ones to just take a par on. There's certain holes, certain shots that if you look at some of the player quotes, they talk about you really got to just suck it up and, take the par. So you got to have a good head about you. And that's actually leading into our our fade of the week, which was Matthew Wolff. We talked about that one a little bit in yesterday's episode. He's boom or bust. I like him at anything plus money as a fade this week, and that will be our official lock or fade of the week. And I think that just about does it. If you want, you can go back and watch yesterday's. It's only like 35 minutes, a good little recap, intro of this course and kind of ways to attack it. Take it for your own benefit, or we got some picks in there as well. But we will progress on into the lock of the week. Moff, what you think?
Lock of the week, what we said, Jonathan Vegas. We love it.
Love him. So a little bit about Jonathan Vegas. What you got, Moff?
Well, we talked about it. I think we touched a little bit on it yesterday, but a guy who, accurate off the tee, but also can bomb it. He plays well on the Bermuda greens. I don't know what else about him. We saw him playing last week, and he was hanging around.
Yeah, so this is one of these guys I was talking about yesterday. Some of the main guys that I want to target are ones that putt worse on POA green. So they've been playing at POA green courses over the past 2-3 weeks. So these guys that maybe have been missing X amount of putts, you expect a couple more to fall. Jonathan Vegas falls right into that category, and he is plus 220 to finish in the top 20, and we're gonna lock it up as our top pick of the week. Him, and then our Fanduel play of the week. Now, if you don't have Fanduel or some of these other sports books, they have top 40s. We like Lucas Glover as a pick. That's Moff's guy. I agree. Moff, tell him about Lucas Glover because that is your guy all the way.
Yeah, so Pat doesn't have the balls to take Lucas as a top 20 lock, and I don't blame him. A little ignorant, but
tell him what he is.
It's not even, what is it, plus 240? It's not that much juice.
Lucas Glover's like plus 340 to finish in the top 20. So
Not on my offshore. On my offshore, it's like
Quit being a
plus
fool. Quit being a fool.
245.
Find the best number out there. It's part of it. You gotta find
Hey,
the
I'm
best
not.
number out there.
Hey, you're the betting guy. I'm just here for shits. You know?
Amen. I hear that. All right, so we go ahead. Lock it up. Go ahead, Moff.
Lucas Glover, accurate as fuck off the tee. He's not the best putter, but holy shit, when we talk about that top tier mid-level iron game, 175 to 200 yards, he is one of the best. And the last 5 years, let's see, he's right here. Don't have to. There's just a bunch of names. Hold on. He's finished close to top 20 in all of his last. All right, so last year 19th, COVID year didn't make the cut. 4th, 17th, 21st, missed the cut in 2016. He's logged some rounds. I think 14 rounds. Well, I guess 14 tournaments. I don't know how. I don't know the number. He's logged some rounds here. He's got experience. He plays these type of courses well, tough courses. Bethpage Black. He's won a major at. Notoriously tough. One of the toughest on tour. So this is a guy with experience. He plays well, and especially if he's playing well and rolling the rock, he could be up there on Sunday. Somebody who has experience closing the tournament. Lucas No Glover, I might add. That man's palms don't get sweaty, because if they did, you best believe he'd had a glove on him, right? Nah, dude's cool. He's old. I shouldn't say that. 42. I love Lucas Glover. He's getting no respect. No respect.
No respect. And I'm cool with it. This is as ballsy as we can really get. Lucas Glover calling it a lock at plus 320. I mean, that's a little
at the
bit,
top 40. So we give you guys, if you're on FanDuel, tell them.
So if we're on FanDuel, if you got FanDuel or any access to the FanDuel, Barstool, or DraftKings, some of those ones where they have top 30, top 40, Lucas Glover is plus 135 to finish in the top 40 at FanDuel. That is a lock of the week. But since, not everybody can get it, and we're the People's Podcast, we're not doing things that people can't get, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to lock it up. Now, it'll be a smaller play. Anything plus 320, you're not going to go ahead and go all in. But sure as shit, I mean, I'm cool with it.
I talked about his huevos, and he locks it up for me on the live.
Yeah,
I love it.
Once you bring up the huevos.
Peer pressure.
Huevos rancheros. Big huevos. But anyways, we're going to go with Lucas Glover. Plus 320 on FanDuel in the top 20. He's plus 125 to finish in the top 40. I like him for both of those. He's one of these guys that's consistent. He pops on all of my models. He's worse on POA, and he's slightly better on Bermuda. Now, he's a shit putter, and he could lose this tournament putting the ball.
So, shit putter, we did confirm POA Greens at Waste Management, where he was like 37th. So, I mean, what I like about Lucas is, he's older, and you're like, what is this old guy doing? What's Lucas been up to? I don't know, but what I can tell you is he's playing decent golf, because I've seen his name. I've seen him on TV. And so, like, when you start to see these older names, and another name is Stuart Sink. In my DFS lineups, Stuart Sink and Lucas Glover are they're all over it with cheap value that I can almost count on to make the cut and still be able to give you numbers. Like last week, my DFS wasn't too bad, but I had guys miss the cut. I mean, if you got 6 guys all playing, through the weekend,
that's the key.
Your odds go up, right? So.
Really, that is the biggest key in DFS, is having guys that make the cut. You got to have consistency. You want birdies. You want these things to score.
You want the cheap value, right? That's what everybody has the hard part with.
Yeah, ideally. But here we go. We got it up on the screen now. So if you're just tuning in, guys that we love, we're going Lucas Glover, top 20 plus 320 as our lock of the week. That'll be a little smaller play. But Jonathan Vegas, top 20 at plus 200. Vocal. That is lock it down, lock it up, lock of the week. Our past 2 weekends, we have come out profitable on both of the picks of the week, locks of the week, and we look to make it 3 straight. 2 for 2. We look to make it 3 for 3 here. Me and Moff Dollars, he was saying, we don't have any credibility. All I call him was a golf guru, but Moff knows his golf. He knows these courses.
I said I have no credibility. I said you got credibility.
But, so he's the golf guy. He talks about, we break it down. We talk about how to attack these courses and what kind of guys can do it. So me, I look at it a completely different way. I look at approach, strong ways. I look for regression, or guys that maybe haven't been playing as well and we're catching them at good value. That's my style. Moff looks at guys that are playing hot that still might be undervalued. But for example, we'll end you with this one. Billy Horschel. I think that's where Moff and I have our best conversation here. We could have a good back and forth about a guy like Billy Horschel. So I'll tell you why I don't like Billy Horschel, and then Moff will tell you why he does like Billy Horschel. And that's the kind of good shit that we balance back and forth. So in my models, you got to be able to stick it. Billy Horschel he's not great with long irons, and that's something that we've talked about that you need here. It keeps you out of a lot of trouble, and that's just not one of Billy Horschel's strengths. And that is enough for me to just, as a favorite this week, that's enough for me to just kind of back off of him. If he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, that's all right. But I don't see too much value on him, even though, he is one of the top 10 odds guys, and he did go to Florida, and I'm huge on local guys playing golf. I think, the average correlation it's pretty damn positive based off where you went to school. So we'll keep that in mind. But Moff, go ahead and tell them why you do like Billy.
Okay, so Billy, well, I did like Billy till Pat brought up those interesting facts. But, Billy's been playing well right now, hot. Waste management, he finished sixth. We're watching him. Everyone thought he was going to make a run for a second and take it from Brooks. Everyone thought Brooks was going to win. But my first hot take, or our first hot take, damn, that would have been nice. The first week, Brooks kept the win. Or no, second week. That's all right. Let's see. And Billy, sixth at Waste Management, 11th at the Farmers. He's finished here 2017, 2016. He was fourth and eighth. Didn't play last year. I don't know. You see a guy who checks a lot of the boxes until you go look at approach. And Billy is one of the only guys that one of the only guys in these top tier that
damn it, would you tell him why you like him?
I told him. That's why. I just told him he's playing hot right now. He's a top tier guy.
Exactly.
He's a Florida guy. He putts well on Bermuda, but it's.
Moff likes the hot hand. So if you look at a guy like Billy Horschel right now, Billy Horschel is playing damn good golf, but he's also played well at this course. So you put those two things together, and that's why he is one of the favorites this week. But I just don't like him because of the way he's been scoring. Some golfers find a way, like Jordan Spieth, Billy Horschel.
What's his scrambling percent?
Phenomenal. He's one of the best. He gets up and down. He doesn't bogey. He does these things.
So if you're not hitting your approach well, you're going to find yourself in weird places, right? So you're going to be scrambling.
Absolutely. So that's it. And that's it. Billy Horschel's damn good there. As far as like the putting, the short game model, Billy Horschel ranks top 10. I see him more of a guy like Brian Harmon, honestly. So that's just the way I'm looking at numbers. If I'm looking to see who I like to win, you've got Billy Horschel at 17-1, and then you got Brian Harmon at 37-1. Brian Harmon is my guy.
Okay.
Talk about guys from the area.
I do like Brian Harmon.
Huh?
I do like Brian Harmon.
All right, cool. Well, here you go. Let me talk you into Brian Harmon just a little bit. So he's the same as Billy Horschel. He's got a great short game. He avoids the bogeys. He avoids double bogeys.
Less firepower.
He's one of the best putters. Mom, check him out if you don't mind while I'm spitting. Check him out on Bermuda. But he went to the university.
I looked at him earlier. He's a good putter.
He's one of the best putters. I'm talking about on Bermuda. He's went to the University of Georgia, so he's from the area. He knows these kind of courses. He's as accurate as anybody off the tee, which helps him when it comes to those bogeys and whatnot. And then the main factor, you got to be able to hit the ball, and that his irons are weaker. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's the same as Billy Horschel. You look at him in one of in my approach gang, and Brian Harmon ranks at the toward the very bottom. But the two places that Brian Harmon actually hits the ball the best, Moff, long irons, he ranks in the top 50 in both from 175 to 200.
That's why I like him.
Interesting. But that's
Club
interesting for a short hitter. But
weak.
If I'm looking at a guy, I think they're very similar players. And for 1-to-1 odds versus Brian Harmon being plus 180 to finish in the top 20, I'll take that all day long.
And he putts well on Bermuda. His second best.
Cool. All right.
for a
Well,
fantastic putter.
shit. You want to end them with a bomb, Moff? You got any thing? Oh, what, the last one. I think Aaron
Let's
Wise.
talk about some potential winners too. Yeah, Aaron
All right, yeah,
Wise.
give
But
him.
yeah,
We'll wrap it up. We got about 5 more minutes, maybe. We'll keep this short. We already got our lock of the week. We want this one to be out there, get everybody, get their action in. But yeah, go ahead, Moff. Aaron Wise. I think we'll start with him. I think we both agree he's got great potential. He's got everything you need. He's a better putter here, and fits my model. He's a terrible putter on POA, so he's coming in a little undervalued, and shoot. Plays well here, doesn't he, Moff?
yeah, he does. And another guy that he's been talked about, but he's never played here before. He's great putter, just in general. But Bermuda and Poa is about neck and neck, gaining almost a half stroke on the greens. Mito Pereira, the young guy. We can't not talk about him. I don't. Can you pull up his odds? Because they're probably not. Everybody's been talking about him, so they're probably not the greatest. But approach to the green, he's 14th strokes gained, 48th club head speed. Not the most accurate off the tee, but he's poking it out there. He's the mid iron, the distance we like. He's about tour almost top 50, not quite, but solid iron play, and he's hot. 2 top 10s already this year, missed maybe 1 or 2 cuts. And I like him and the young guys, Cameron Young. Cameron Young's different with the firepower and just playing last week, but also putts well on Bermuda.
Yeah,
that's his favorite.
These are these young mofos. It's a different breed of golfers. It's almost the same as every sport. You see it like basketball, football. These guys are coming up younger and younger every year, and that's because
it's changing.
It's changing.
Game's changing.
They've got firepower. Cameron Young, Mito Pereira. These guys dominated the Corn Ferry Tour, and this is something that I didn't quite understand.
Will Zalatoris.
This is something that I didn't take for granted. Golfers winning. It's those guys winning the Corn Ferry Tour. I didn't put enough into that last year, and some of those guys actually, produce some damn good numbers. But to win those tournaments, Moff, what do you got to finish? Like you're shooting 25 under in a 4-day period, which, like,
you got to be blowing them out.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I definitely didn't take into account. And so these Mito Pereira, Cameron Young's the guy that Moff likes. It's good that he likes him because they can win on any given week. They've got the firepower to go through the roof. So
maybe some top 10 sprinkles, just some guys that have already been hanging around up there, and just the same way Willie Z came on last year out of nowhere. These guys are popping up playing really good, and you just don't. I don't know.
And if there's any time they're going to win, in my opinion, it's against
small tournament.
It's against a field where it's a lot lighter. It's not going to.
One of the smaller purses on tour. I didn't even realize on the Classic, even the Wyndham.
Poor bastards.
Higher purse. Yeah, who knows? Also, can't not shout out my boy CT Pan. I already have money on him to win the tournament. If you listen to the pod, I've got my own little conspiracy going. Matt Jones won last year after finishing 8th at the Genesis in 2021. CT Pan, he finished 9th this year. He will not blow you away on any stat other than managing the fuck out of the course. He's crazy odds, 55-1. I got a sprinkle on him. Pat and I might be even driving. We might be getting our own. Might have to go get Lucas Glover, top 40.
Oh yeah, top. Yeah, we're getting those. But as far as the winners go, Aaron Wise for me. I'm going Aaron Wise, Jonathan Vegas, and Brian Harmon is going to be my other one, 37-1. And if we're going for the super long shot, it will be Lucas Glover for me.
Lucas.
Shoot, Moff. Got anything?
Yeah. So also there's so many names and I can't pass winner. I'm gonna scratch out Cam Young, and Keith Mitchell is gonna go CT Pan, Keith Mitchell, and Keith Mitchell's so hot right now, and we can't. He's won here before. Keith Mitchell, CT Pan, and Mr. Pereira for my winners. And DFS. We got to do DFS.
Got to do DFS. We'll do that right now. So we got our guys right here. We'll do it
Already
live.
got lineups.
We'll do it live on the air. I will be able to post them. I should be able to do it. So this will take max 5 minutes. We'll have you in and out of here. If you, while we're doing this right here, like, comment, subscribe, hit
My
one of those.
God.
Hit one of those things. Hit the like button.
Tell us who you're taking this week. Anyone you already had. We want to hear it. You know?
Yeah, and if there's no one that you're taking, tell us if you're backing us. We appreciate those comments.
Yeah.
They've been, those are the ones that keep guys like Moff going. Coming.
Everybody
back.
likes to hide in the shadows online. Like, talk to us, because it feels like we got a couple, and we do appreciate it. Absolutely. Somebody we got pumped up watching golf. Brand new TV. They said they fucking love it, and we love it. And we're gonna make some money this weekend.
Boom.
Fingers
Amen.
crossed.
All right, so let's get into this DraftKings DFS. So my top dog, you look at the guys in the 10,000 range. Those are the expensive guys for DraftKings in golf. Sung J M is the top dog. Should be pretty heavily owned. He is the premier golfer. For me, I'm just going to stay away from him. He'll probably be the heaviest owned guy across the board. Not really my style. Moff, what about you?
Sung Jae's too expensive.
Yeah, I think too expensive for what he's worth. He's going to be the heaviest owned guy. So that's not my style. Moff thinks he's too expensive, which means he's definitely too expensive. So eliminate him off the board. Going next down the line, that 10,000 range. Who are you looking at, Moff?
10,000. Let's see. I've already got a few lineups. I'm trying to pick my favorite.
Don't think, just go. Pop it off.
Yeah,
Pop
okay.
it off.
Right below 10,000, I've got Tommy Fleewood in a couple of them. Just the guy who's finished well when he does play here. He's been playing well on the European Tour, flighting the golf balls, playing well in the wind. And Tommy Fleewood, he's not quite 10,000, but he's right there.
So that's boomer bust. You're going we're going boomer bust. I think he's definitely got to be in there. There's no doubt about that. That's
5 out of 5 last tournaments. We want guys playing through the weekend, right?
Yeah. See, this is one of these tournaments here. So I have different strategies when I go DFS, especially with golf. Do you want your horses and your bums, or do you want to find a nice average dollar? And I think this round, so the average price per guy in DraftKings is like $8,100. So if you can stay around that margin, and with the weak field this week, I don't really, me personally, I don't see too much value in those expensive guys. I like Louis, I like Neiman, I like Berger, I like Koepka. But at the same time, all these guys here, Brooks would probably be the one that catches my eye the most if I'm going to win a tournament, because he is boom or bust to a T. Either he comes out here, dominates the course, and does his thing, which I kind of think he does. Just don't love the odds.
Give him a lineup.
Huh?
Give him a lineup.
All right, so if we're building a lineup, I'm going to fire off. I'm going to win. This isn't a 50-50 lineup. This is boom or bust. We're going for the throat. We're going for the big win. So I'll start off with my guy, Brooks Koepka, and my second pick is going to be Jonathan Vegas down there in the 8,500 range. What about you, Moff? What you going, 2 and 3?
So honestly, we haven't talked about DFS at all, but I'm gonna tell the Brooks thing, because I do like Brooks, and I talked about him playing with Gary and his brother, and the boomer bust thing. If the dude can stay out of trouble. He almost won, a couple weeks ago. I just swapped him out. And plus I had money still left on this. I had like $300 not spent. Brooks Koepka and Jonathan Vegas already. Jonathan Vegas is already in there.
This is one here. I think this is very funny. So if I'm going to win, like I said, win. This is tournament style, not 50-50. If he misses a cut, I don't care. Brooks Koepka in his last 3 tournaments has missed 2 cuts, and he finished 3rd. In his
5 out of the last
3,
9. That's what I was just thinking. I just wanted Tommy in there.
In his last 3 appearances here, he's finished 2nd, and he's got 2 missed cuts. So he's boomer bust to a T. If I'm going for the tournament lineup, he's in there, and I'm following up with Jay Vegas. And from there on, you're looking at $7,300 per person, and there's so many guys in that range that fit this course to a T. I kind of like, if I'm going with the boomer bust, I'm going with my horse. The lowest owned guy Actually, I'm looking at that. Berger is so the guys I'm avoiding: M, Berger, and Horschel. Those should be the three about heaviest owned guys this week. And that's not. If you're going to win, you're looking to be a little bit contrarian. And speaking of contrarian, Moff, I got a guy who I want you to give me your opinion on. Patrick Reed.
Dude, I was looking at him earlier, and I pull him up and look. He's been playing well. He's not accurate off the tee, but he has one ball flight. And we talk about guys that can manage a course. He's got one ball flight, and that's a draw. I am not the biggest Patrick Reed fan. Personally, he is a cheater. Anybody who watches golf, he does not play by the rules to a tee, but neither do I. So I cannot cast a stone. But I also don't get paid. And so Pat Reed is actually a guy. Dude, you got the stats, but I was gonna ask you about him, but then I pulled it up. He wasn't accurate off the tee. I think he plays well Bermuda, right? But
yeah.
He's been playing over in Euro. He's been doing. He's all right.
He's from the area, Georgia boy.
Fucking Patrick Reed.
So he's one that's an interesting one, and I think that's boomer bust. I think
Talk to me in April. Talk to me in April about Patrick Reed.
He might be the least owned person on DFS this week. No one likes that guy, and for obvious reasons. He's a prick, but hey, if we could find him at a good steal, that might not be the worst thing there. He plays this course absolutely terribly, but he plays similar courses well. So that's like one of those fine print things that I talked about last week. Sometimes if you're trying to find the value on a guy, it's a guy that plays the particular course terribly but plays similar courses well. And, maybe it's just not translating one week to the next. But I think that might be too much time on our guy over there. Go ahead, build it out, Moff. Who you like over there? You going with Mito?
So this lineup is actually, when we put Brooks in there, boomer bust. That's probably the only thing. I mean, we got to be contrarian. I get that. So Brooks in Vegas. Vegas was already in here, but I got CT Pan at $7,700. Denny McCarthy, Lucas Glover, who is in all of my lineups because he will be there this weekend. He's going to be there and he's going to be in contention. And then Aaron Wise is really the most expensive person just under Jonathan Vegas. Got Aaron Wise, Jonathan Vegas, CT Pan, Denny McCarthy, Brooks, and Lucas. With $100 to spare. I like to spend all the money, but I don't want to fuck with this, honestly.
$100 to spare. I think you're doing all right there. I think you make out all right.
I think I'm okay, and I like the Brooks. Brooks is my only. Yeah. That's my lineup. You fill yours out. Fill it out.
All right. So what I'm gonna
Keith
go with
Mitchell in a lineup though. I got Keith Mitchell in two other lineups.
So I think I'm gonna wrap out my lineup here with. All right. So Koepka, Mito Pereira, Moff's guy. That's an interesting one. Mito. He fits on that boomer bust side. He's got if you can keep it straight, Mito is an interesting one. Moff, I'm surprised you don't have him in there, but he's much better on Bermuda. So you're getting a good number on him.
I've got him at another one.
Understandably. All right. Well, I'm gonna fire it off. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take it. Mito Pereira. Lock him in there. Aaron Wise. So we're similar. We got similar ones, that's for damn sure. Which is kind of the idea. We were, trying to build out our DFS lineup.
Yeah.
So what do we got? What are we going with, Moff? We'll lock in one lineup.
Together?
Yep. For the pod. What are we riding?
Right,
Koepka, Pereira, Vegas, Wise, Glover. Who's the last?
I think cheap money, Brent. Like if you've got Brendan Steele can fill out a lineup. Brendan. Yeah, I mean 5 out of the last 10 cuts, but he plays well here and one top 10, $7,200. I don't know. Or Stewart Sink is right there, $7,100.
That's an
I love
interesting one.
Stewie.
Hey, that's an interesting one there. If we're looking for a guy to make the cut, Stewart Sink that's an interesting one. Don't hate that.
Stewie's just a hang around, you know. He's just keep a few points rolling through the weekend while these other guys go nanners. So this is a good one too. I got Stewart Sink, Tommy Fleetwood, Lucas Glover, Keith Mitchell, Alex Noren, Brendan Steele. Heat. That's my one goal this year. I will get good at DraftKings. I will figure out. Step 1, make the cut.
All right, you know.
Step 2, be contrarian.
You know who I'm looking here?
Who?
I hate it. He fits none of my boxes, like anywhere. Fits nothing. Except he's. What about my guy Harry Higgs?
Throw Harry in there, dude. Throw Harry. He deserves it. He plays well on Bermuda, don't he?
Yep, he plays well on Bermuda. All right, so this would be my lineup if I'm wrapping it up here. It's boom or bust. So look, hey, boom or bust. This is the lineup. What you think, Moff? Brooks is our lead guy. We're going with Mito Pereira, Jonathan Vegas, Aaron Wise, and we're wrapping it out with our 2 value plays over there at Lucas Glover and Harry Higgs.
All right. Love it.
Harry Higgs sucks off the tee.
Yeah.
But he plays well here. This is one of these places. You know, if you look
at Harry,
he can
hit fucking 3-wood off the tee.
Hey, that might be. You don't have to dominate this course. So that's the kind of stuff, Moff. You know, when we bounce some things back and forth, don't be afraid to spit out some things like that about how to play the course. You know, like just because he maybe doesn't drive it the most accurate. Also, we got to take into account this week it's a little shorter. You don't have to hit it as far. So maybe he's over here using a 3-wood off the tee. You know, if that's the case.
Or Brooks. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Brooks is ripping 3-wood off the tee all fucking week.
Yeah, see, there we go. And that
Just
we're looking
fucking
at
300 yards off the tee with your 3-wood.
Yep, and we're looking at his numbers like he's using a driver. So, you know, that's an interesting one for sure.
They're not gonna be. Yeah, they don't have to hit. They don't have. They could hit fucking irons.
Yeah, some of those guys, no doubt.
I mean, geez.
So Harry Higgs in his 2 appearances here went 58th and 19th in his past 2 years. So definitely not bad for somebody down there and hasn't played enough to where it's anything too crazy or not catching any crazy odds. So he's going to wrap out my lineup. Put it in there. Lock it in.
Nice.
Moff, good?
Yeah.
Who's your final one? What you got over there?
They've heard it. They'll watch it. I gave them 2, but my first one, I like them both, but I gave my first one.
Good.
We'll post them. We'll get some screenshots, post them on socials.
Lock it up.
This has gone on. This was supposed to be like 10 minutes, guys, by the way. This was supposed to be a nice, quick, concise. No, not us. We give you everything we got in our brains. It's a brain dump.
It was a brain dump. I apologize. All right.
Calculated brain dump. We gave some picks. If you've listened this long, thank you. We appreciate it. Let's go get them. Big day tomorrow. I can't believe it's already Thursday. I'm pumped up.
Lock it up. Lucas Glover, Jonathan Vegas.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. Let's keep it rolling. Good luck. God bless. Grind on. We'll catch you back here later. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave us some hate mail or some nice mail, one or the other. Hopefully we bring it up.
We like hate mail too.
We are going 3 for 3. We're looking for 3 for 3 for making money. That's the idea, baby.
Making money. Overall, that's what are we?
All right, yeah. So
overall,
matchups 3-1, top 20s. We got a plus 190 winner, a plus 220 winner, and a minus 115 loser. So big plus ups there. And then our guys to win. Obviously, we haven't hit any long shot winners yet. So we look to, get that with maybe one of these guys this week.
And how about, we can give plays, matchups. We can assess matchups Saturday, Sunday. I think Pat and I really like the weekend matchups because you know who's going to be there, what they've looked like. So
high variance. The first quarter of games is high variance. The first round of a tournament, high variance. You hit one bad shot or something, turn it we get a couple.
My vow this week, not the first 2 rounds. I'm not gonna say. I'll try to say maybe 5 things or less about anything going on Thursday and Friday. That is my rule this week.
Cool. Let's
because it
roll.
doesn't matter.
Keep it rolling, baby.
Let's roll. Keep it.